Hello everyone, Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video. And in this one we're going to be going over the end of month banners going to be releasing in less than 24 hours, a little bit more detail, and go over the featured units to see if this banner is worth summoning on. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing. Help me get to 500 subscribers. I'm really close. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, like I mentioned, this banner is going to be releasing in less than 24 hours. We're getting 3 new units here that you can see, the Momo, Shinji, and Riruka. Overall, the units aren't bad. I think the Shinji's probably the best unit in the banner, in my opinion. Just because he has the no affiliation killer plus, he also has the dominated status element plus. This is a dominated status element plus, isn't it? Yeah, high rate of domination plus, yeah. Well, that's his EX move, and damages dominated enemies 100%. And then you can see the characteristics here that he has. His EX move, I think they talked about a bit more in detail somewhere. I thought they talked about it somewhere. Oh, right here, my bad. Launches a wide range attack around the character and has a high chance of inflicting dominate plus on all enemies cooldown 60 seconds. So that's basically what his EX move is. Soul Trait, Song Shall Recharge Time on 14%. It's pretty good. He has some pretty high stats here. Berserker and Devastation are both at 80%, which is really good. Frenzy plus 2, having that is great. Most units should just have that nowadays as a base. Defibrillator plus 7 seconds there. Weakened defense, so your soul bomb will be hit pretty hard with this 80% devastation of weakened defense. Then you have the status element spiritual pressure boost, which is great as well. Anything else that's of note here? He does have Marauder, having 20% sprinter, that's good too. And really, I just think that's it, really. Poise break is cool, you know, but that won't work in brave battles, but whatever. We have the Riruka here, who's a Guild Quest unit here. Unfortunately, she only has Flurry plus 2, but that's going to be in Guild Quest. Outside of that, it's only going to be Flurry plus 1. But her SA2 is a boost, and she does have the Booster skill, and she has the Quincy Killer plus. Does she have the Enhancer skill as well? She does. She has Booster, Enhancer, so her SA2 is going to be pretty good. But, yeah, like I mentioned, only Flurry plus 2, and that's only inside Guild Quest. If for some reason you want to use this unit outside of Guild Quest, you're only going to be getting Flurry plus 1. But her Bruiser is pretty high at 75%, so that's really good. Oh, she also does have a chance to dodge Quincy attacks, and she does take decreased damage when going up against Quincy's 20%. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Riruka here. The Momo, she's a ranged NAD unit. We don't get a lot of those nowadays. She does have the gauge effect, which is going to give her another Flurry and Bruiser 100%. And she does have the Espada Killer Plus, which is great. Her SA2 is a barrier, and it does have a heal on there. All of her attacks, except her 2 SA2 and 3, have Drain and Lacerate. But the only bad thing about this unit, well, I think is probably really bad about her, is that she has a base Flurry of plus 1. I don't know why units are still getting Flurry plus 1 nowadays. It should be Flurry plus 2 at the most, in my opinion, since we already have a good handful of units with Flurry plus 3. But yeah, while the gauge is up, she will have Flurry plus 2. But, you know, just on the bright side, she does start the missions with 70% of the gauge already filled, and she does have the gauge rampage skill. So that first instance where when you proc your gauge, you know, it won't be too bad, I guess. But after that, you know. So most of the time, you're going to only have Flurry plus 1, but while the gauge is up, you'll have Flurry plus 2. She does have the Medic and Healer skill, so that SA2 will have a, you know, just greater effectiveness with the heal. And she also does have a 100% chance to hit hidden enemies. And that's pretty much the units a bit more in detail. Oh, we can talk about the banner too. The banner is 26 steps. At steps 5, 10, 15, 20, you are guaranteed one of the featured 5-star units, which is great. And at steps 25, you do get to choose new characters ticket. And as for the banner and the featured units, it's honestly not that bad. We got the swimsuit units in here, the 9th anniversary celebration of summon units in here, and we have this again that's a pretty old, but still decent. But overall, the banner isn't that bad, especially with the swimsuit units in here. These are seasonal units. These don't come around all too often that much. Yeah, we can just go over the featured units a bit more in detail here. Alright, so first up here we have the Swimsuit Bombietta. She is a technique unit with the Ranker Killer. She has the Soul Trait, Strong Shot, Recharge Time -14%. The rest of her skills, she's a melee unit with the Lacerate and Paralysis on all her attacks here. She had enemies defeated gimmick. At 25 enemies defeated, the team/party will have an increased killer effect of 20%, which is really good. Innate skills, Sprinter, she's immune to the Freeze, Status Helmet, Havoc. Berserker, 40%, Devastation, 60%. She gets Frenzy +2, except in some quest types. But she gets Frenzy +3 in Guild Quest, so she's a Guild Quest unit. I really don't mind that because I just, overall as a base unit, should have Frenzy +2, but still locking behind Frenzy +3 in certain content, I just really don't like it. Defibrillator +5 seconds, increase status element chance against all rankers. Increase melee damage 10%, except in some quest types. Increase melee damage in Guild Quest 30%. Long Strike, Marauder, increase killer effect 30%. And it's going to be 50 in Guild Quest, and these status element special pressure boosts. Overall, just a pretty decent unit here. Can't go wrong. She's really good. And, you know, just picking up the swimsuit units if you didn't summon on the banner when they first came out is always great as well. Now we have the swimsuit Candace here, who is a speed unit with the Stern Ritter Killer. Soul Trait is damage taken -21%. Range unit, no status elements on her attacks. She has a boost on her SA2. Sprinter +3, dodge Quincy damage 50%, and long reach. Her bruiser is 20%. She is immune to the weakened status element. Flurry +1, except for some quest types. Flurry +2 in Guild Quest. Increased range damage 10%. This is going to be 30 in Guild Quest. Increased speed, attribute character, normal attack damage 20%. Enhancer, Poise, Sharpshooter, Booster, increased killer effect 30%, and it's going to be 50 in Guild Quest. So just another Guild Quest unit that you can use for, I guess, the range Stern Ritter weak in Guild Quest. And we have the Mini Nas here, who is a Mind Quincy Killer unit with the Super Heart Link Slot Potions +5 Soul Trait. Range unit, no status element. She has a heal and a barrier on her SA2. Innate skills, Sprinter, Guard Break plus Pierce Iron Skin. Havoc, Berserker 50%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%, all status element resistance shared 100%. Basically, if you've been playing the game for a while, this is basically the complete status immunity. They just reworded it. So whatever status element this character is going to be inflicted with, everybody will be immune to it as well. For, I'm pretty sure, the same duration as it was before. Increased coin drop 100%, Super Heart Link Slot Potions +10. It's 10 here because she has 5 in her Soul Trait and she has 5 in her skill, so it's just going to add up to 10. Increased Heart Link Slot Potions +5, Frenzy +2. Increased damage to enemies not affected by ailment 100%, most barrier +2, and medic. So overall, a really great farming unit. I recommend her if you don't have her and you're lucky enough to pull her. Yeah, she's great. And now we have this Shun Shui here, who is a Mind Squad Zero Killer unit with the normal attack damage inflicted at full stamina 40% Soul Trait. Melee unit, drain on all of his attacks except his SA2. His SA2 has a boost on it. Sprinter, Guard Break, and he's immune to Paralysis are his innate skills. Bruiser 40%, Flurry +1, except in some quest types, and Flurry +2 in Guild Quests. Long Reach 20%, increased melee damage 10%, is going to be 30 in Guild Quest. Enhancer, Poise, Start Barrier +10, Booster, increased killer effect 30%, and is going to be 50 in Guild Quest. So just another Guild Quest unit. It seems like this banner is just pretty much filled with Guild Quest units. And so we have the Nanao here, who is a Technique Stern Ritter Killer unit with the Soul Trait of Speed, Link Slot Potions +5. Range unit, weakening on all of her attacks except her SA3. It is a heal on here. Innate skills, Sprinter, Guard Break, Havoc. The rest of her skills, Berserker 50%, Devastation 60%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. Soul Reaper Resonance, yeah. Basically, depending on how many Soul Reapers you have in your party, you'll get 10% increased strong attack damage, maxing out at 60%. I do believe that's what it is. Increased speed, long slot potions +10. The 5 is her Soul Trait, and she has 5 in her skill, so that's just going to add up to 10. Increased speed, droplet drop 30%, frenzy +2, increased technique, attribute character, strong attack damage 20%, any medic skill. So this is the character that you would really want to use in like Epic Rage, you know, she'll be really good for that. And here we have this Gen, who is a Speed Soul Reaper Killer unit. So remember a time where we couldn't get those. Soul Trade Strong Attack Recharge Time minus 12%. He's a ranged unit with weakening on all of his attacks except his SA2. It has a barrier on there. Innate skills, Sprinter +2, read all affiliation dodges, full stamina only, reduce strong attack cooldown. He has a base full stamina damage boost of 20%. He has the complete status immunity. Full stamina only, increase strong attack damage 40%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +5 seconds, increase status summon chance against power attribute enemies. Damage to weakened enemies 40%, multi-barrier +2, sharpshooter, and hit hidden enemies 100%. I think he's a couple years old now, but he's still a solid unit, as you can see there. Still pretty decent. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much going to be the February end of month banner. We went over the new characters a bit more in detail. We talked about the featured units, and we also took a look at the banner format. Is this banner worth summoning on? Well, first things first, if any of these characters are your favorite from the Bleach series and you would like to have them in the game and play with them, by all means go ahead and summon. If you would just like to collect the characters just to try to have them all, I mean, they're your orbs, you do whatever you want with them. But overall, personally, I think these characters aren't too bad. They are really good, especially with the swimsuit units being in here. Yeah, I think this is one of the better banners we've gotten in a really long time. So there's definitely some value in summoning on this banner. So if you're someone that wants to summon on it, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just remember that the 10th anniversary is coming up, even though we are a few months away from that. But yeah, that banner is coming. I'm pretty sure the characters that we'll get will be very, very strong. So yeah. And if you're looking just for one character in particular, they are going to have single summons. So if you're just looking for the Shinji, Riruka, or Momo, you can wait for their single summons. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And as usual, until next time.